What does outlaw mean to you? I know this means something. Tell me a little bit about your theory of outlaw.
Mm, well, I think Tom Robbins does a
Yeah.
real good job on that, and that book changed being probably, I say, my favorite book, and,
Is it your book
Still
for you?
Life
Still,
with
still life with
Woodpecker,
Woodpecker? Yeah.
uh, a fairy tale. But, the difference between a criminal and an outlaw, being, a criminal profits from crimes, um, and there's a victim involved, okay? Um, it is, you know, in whatever and I'm not talking just financially, like a lot of these crimes, and are things that are morally depraved. Anything that you know, involves profit or pleasure at the expense of a victim, is crimes,
Okay.
but where an outlaw lives by a higher standard, there is no victim. You live your life. You don't steal. You're honest. You don't lie. Being an outlaw is having a higher moral code than the rest of society because I'm not bound by the laws of, oh man, weed's illegal, or having a large grow op or multiple grow ops is, illegal and you shouldn't do that. So I'm not going to do that. That's a gray area. That's a prohibition issue. I'm going to grow marijuana, and I'm going to subsidize my meager wages as a working class man so that I can maybe pay for daycare or maybe pay for um, any of the things that are needed to survive in this world.
I always found interesting was the fact that both cops and outlaws are extra legal.
Yeah.
Like they're like, and what I actually found, I had a couple jobs where I'm working with a lot of police officers and police chiefs
And
and
they're the
all this.
same.
They're the same people, and like and what's interesting is there's like they're outside of the law, and the police officer sense they're maybe above it, and
Yeah.
you were maybe below it, but like in the biker communities, like they hate rules and are some of the biggest rule sticklers I've ever seen in my
Oh,
life,
there's a
and
constitution and there's rules.
yeah, and the cops are kind of the same way. It's like, I mean,
Do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going
yeah,
to
but
do it.
they're like for two sides, they're two sides of the same coin in some really interesting ways, and they're both real rule sticklers and rule transcenders. I would say transcend.
Yeah.
Um,
You're the one that, you pointed that out, and I totally agree. And I'll say this, like a lot of the cops I trained with, and I've been in gyms and around this martial arts community here with top tier guys. And the cops, they always respect.
it's
And
respect is huge in
yeah,
both
and
communities. So you spent
so
a lot of time in the desert too. That was kind of, there were no laws there really. It were kind of
s-
Mad Max territory, yeah.
yeah, but the same thing, it's the same thing as the outlaw world. It's like, so being an outlaw is, really, and like you were saying with the cop thing, the cops with integrity, those are the ones that I don't have an issue with. It's infiltrators, liars, schemers. Look at all these ATFs, Sission, what Jay Dobbins, all these fucking rat sons of bitches that infiltrate these groups of men, conspire, and then entrap them. And like, oh, and then they go out and they write a fucking book. And, and people shouldn't give them the time of the day. Uh, you know, y you're not pre motorcycle clubs aren't, we're talking about working class. Everybody needs their own group. You wanna break up, you wanna fucking RICO something, start with Congress. Start with the federal government, the biggest organized crime racket on fucking earth. Start with Nancy Pelosi. and her stock portfolio. Start with the fucking ATF and investigate. Let's like who was held responsible for Randy Weaver's family's murder when they
Nobody.
set him up with some sawed-off shotgun. The whole thing, like nobody's ever held account. You want to talk about a corrupt institution, start there. They are criminals. They're profiting, and they are, and it's an institution that is set up for them to where they are. So an outlaw is a
Right,
totally
yeah.
different breed. We're honorable. You have your name and your integrity. You're not a junkie scumbag. You're not ripping somebody's stereo off. You're not a fucking outlaw. I got news for you. If you're robbing somebody for your next fix, you're not a fucking outlaw. You're a criminal and you're a scumbag. You're a junkie. You're a piece of shit. An outlaw is somebody that has integrity and honor. And cops, there's a lot of cops that run by the same thing. And sure, they look out for their own. And sure, you're going to get thumped if you fuck with one of them. And sure, if you're over the line and you fuck with one of their kids or you do this or that, you're going to get fucked up. And yeah, they're going to lean on you heavy. Don't speed through the neighbor. Like I've always said, like if you're going to be an outlaw, like don't speed through the neighborhood. Respect your neighbors, you know, have good relations with people. John Dillinger wasn't some madman out there. Like John Dillinger was loved by the people because he wasn't fucking some dirtbag, scumbag, steal. You didn't invite him in your house and lose everything you own.
Yeah.
Integrity, never leave a man behind. Like same rules in the desert.